Hi there everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bridget Radford. I am a realtor and I'm so glad you decided to join me where we talk about all things home ownership and real estate here. So today's topic is going to be selling your current home while transitioning to a rental home. And that could be a house, an apartment, or a townhome. This topic is going to give you the steps for that journey. I can't wait to get into it, so let's start. Before I dive into those steps, I just want to say that selling your home can be a big decision for most people. It can be overwhelming at times, but normally it's being done for various reasons. It could be downsizing, needing a big change, or needing to make a change in your life. It could be that you are relocating for work or for personal reasons, but these are going to be some step-by-step guidelines that you can go by to make that process a lot easier for you to go through. So before I go into each step, I want you to grab a pen and a piece of paper so that you can jot down each of these steps. I'm going to go through them in order real quick. That way you can have all 6 steps. It is a 6-step guide process that I'm giving you, and then we will go back into each step individually. So step number 1 is going to be assessing the value of your home. Step number 2 is going to be preparing your home for the sale. Step number 3 will be finding that real estate agent to work with and hiring them. Step number 4 is going to be preparing your home for the sale. Step number 5 is going to be viewing rental property or rental home, apartment, townhome that you want to live in. And the final step, of course, is going to be moving out of your current home that you have sold and moving into the rental property that you're going to live into. All right, so now that we have talked about each step that we're going to go over, let's go into that first one, which is assessing your current home value. So this is very important because of course you want to know the value of what your home is possibly going to sell for. So at this point, you're going to possibly look to talk with a real estate agent that you already know and trust, or look to find one that you know and possibly want to trust to give you a market analysis, which is basically an analysis of your home so that you can have a value that possibly is going to be really close to what you can get for your home, because the value of the homes always change consistently all the time. And so you want to make sure you're working with a professional, because they'll be able to assess those values that are around the home that you live in so that you can get a good market analysis of what your home would sell for. Now you can go it alone, and you can use your own online tools that are on the computer. You can go and pull that information up yourself, but this takes something off of your plate basically so that you don't have to do that work. You can hire a real estate agent. They will do that for you for free. They don't really charge for a market analysis because they're generally wanting to work for you at some point to sell your home. So this is something they would happily get out to you. Most real estate agents will. So step number 2 is going to be preparing your home for the sale. So that means you're going to be decluttering your house. You're going to be depersonalizing your house, meaning you're going to kind of take you out of the house. I know that sounds a little harsh, but when people are looking to purchase a house, they want to see themselves in the house. They don't really want to see you. Sorry. And also, you are wanting to pack because you're about to sell the home. So go ahead and get those boxes. Go ahead and get, bins to put things away, to start just getting the house show ready. And most real estate agents that you work with will be able to tell you these things and go over, what is best to have and not have in your home when you're trying to sell it. Now, step number 3 is very important because it is the step where you're hiring a real estate agent professional, someone that you're going to work closely with to get the house sold. So you want to make sure that you do your due diligence and work with someone that you not only trust, but that you have a good relationship with as far as being able to talk to them and getting responses back from them. You want to make sure that they're giving you the right information, and you want to make sure that you feel like you could trust that person. So that is a very important step in this process of being able to work with someone that you not only maybe know, but that you trust. And a lot of times you don't always know the real estate agent prior to doing this particular step. So take your time and pick someone that you really gel with, that you really feel comfortable talking to about your home, and that you know that would take that kind of care and time with you to make sure you get the best, price for the house, and they won't steer you wrong. So in addition to hiring that real estate agent, you do want to make sure that you understand their process for selling your home. That's part of, when you talk with them in the beginning. So getting your home listed, exactly where it is going to be listed, also getting you all the details and information before the listing actually goes up for everyone to see, so you can look at those photos and you can make sure that they look good. You want to make sure that your home is ready to view, because you're going to have showings. You're going to have people coming into your home to look at your home. So you want to be prepared for that and make sure that that's something that you and the real estate agent have talked about. The timing works for you and your schedule, because you may be able to set that up so that you're not at that home at certain times specifically, so that the showings can take place at that time. So that's all things you will discuss, prior to hiring that real estate agent, but also even going into once you have hired that agent to just set up the standard or set up things so that it works well, because you want your home accessible as much as possible. Because remember, you work and so do the people normally that are looking at your house. And that could be, working for a job, working out of home, working wherever it is that you work, volunteer, whatever. You want to make sure that you're able to accommodate those people in order to let your house be seen. Step 4 is going to be preparing for the sale and closing of your home. This is a very important step as well, because at this time you're going to be paying attention to those dates that are on the contract that has been accepted for the house. You are going to be preparing the house for those final inspections, making sure all of the things that were required to get done has been completed, so that that final walkthrough is good when the buyers come through to do that. You want to make sure that you have also prepared yourself for changing your address, also making sure that you have set up your movers, and also taking care of all of the last incidental things that are required as far as paperwork. Sometimes it's very small, but your realtor will be able to guide you through this portion so that you can make sure to not miss any little minute small paperwork type things that need to get done, and the big ones. So make sure that you do work with someone, again, that you can trust, that is professional, and that will definitely be on top of things, because this is a very important time in this process. Step 5 is going to be finding and selecting a new place to rent. Whether that's a house, like I said, or a townhouse or an apartment, this is going to be that time that you spend trying to locate it. So you're going to be looking at the different area that you want to move into, or is it going to be the same area? You also want to look at your pricing to make sure that you're staying within budget, and make sure that all of the other requirements that are needed in order to rent the space that you're going to be moving to has been taken care of, and that you are qualified to be able to move into that new home, because they have requirements just like when you bought your home. There is requirements on the side of renting it. So this is that time where you're going to be spending looking at different places and trying to select the one that fits your needs. And then you also want to keep in mind, you're moving from a house, more than likely you're moving into something that's possibly smaller than what you had with the home that you're selling. So at that stage, if it is, you're going to either have to unload some things by having, a yard sale, garage sale, or gifting a lot of things away to people or to Goodwill, or you're going to look at possibly using storage. And that is an expense that you do want to make sure that you incorporate in your budget if you are going to transition some of your things into a storage space, because that's a monthly bill, and that would be included on top of whatever you're going to have for expense for the rental property. So you want to take this time to, like I said, select and view all of those properties that you possibly want to move to, but also think about the size of the property. So the final step is going to be step 6, where you are basically moving out of your current home that you have now sold and moving into your new rental where you will begin your new life. And you want to make sure that in this process, of course, you've hired your movers so that they can get all of your things out of your house that you've sold, and then transitioning those things over to the new rental that you are moving into. You want to make sure that possibly go ahead and have a little checklist to jot off everything that needs to be done, from the beginning to packing, to the end to, turning off utilities in one and turning on utilities in the other. You do just want to make sure to not forget that in this transition of moving out of one home and moving into another, which is a rental, things are going to seem a lot different from what you have had previously, because you're in a different space, possibly a smaller space, and you have to get used to a different area where you have been, of course, used to being in your home in that particular area. So keep all of those things in mind as you make the decision to take on this big job of selling your home and moving to a rental. That's it for today's video on selling your home and transitioning to renting. Remember, the process can have its challenges, but with the proper planning and support from professionals you work with, the process can get smooth. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. If you found this information from this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more insightful information like this. And as always, feel free to leave comments and questions down below. Until next time, take care and happy home selling and renting.